Greetings, all subscribers, teammates, and channel visitors. Here I am bringing you, or Team Lati Night Productions is bringing you, an upcoming project where you guys get to choose what we do for the 200 subscriber special in terms of Battle Revolution tourneys. Now, Custom League Battle 5 I was originally going to do in a certain way, but I changed my mind and I'm going to let you guys choose who is going to be in it out of the 6 contestants. I have, in Battle Revolution, you can't really see it behind me because the quality's terrible, I have 32 passes to choose from that I've made. I have no life, so I made 32 passes with a bunch of different Pokemon in all of them. And I want you guys to take a peek at all 32 passes and choose between them to see who gets to be in the next Custom League Battle. Number 5, the viewer's choice. Before the main presentation, I'm going to throw in this last minute, video within a video. I'm literally going to just show you guys all the passes in brief really quick in case you guys don't want to listen to me talk about all the passes. Keep in mind that passes with stars are boss passes or randomizer only tourney league passes, where if they participate and they're not all stars, all the Pokemon will have to be mixed up. For more information, watch Custom League Battle 3. And that is all 32 passes in brief. Now to move on to the main presentation where I talk about everything else in full. Thank you. So at any time during the video, you could post a comment below in this video telling me who you want to be in it. A limit up to 6 participants unless there's a different battle mode, because I've noticed that the Custom League Battle is popular, but I have a couple other modes I'm going to show later on in the video that you guys could do that could be in replacement of a Custom League Battle 5. It could be either a classic tourney style or a survival mode. I'll explain more of that later, but for now, I will show you the 32 passes. Now, one last thing. The passes with a star, for example, like my pass, is considered a boss pass or a special pass that can only be used in a randomizer league battle unless all of them have stars. Because if you put some of these boss characters with characters like, for example, Super Gabby, that would just be funny, but it would just be an annihilation, and that wouldn't just be fair. So this is to start off, this is my pass with my team of dragons plus Charizard, but at the time I considered him a dragon, so there you have it. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I tried to do this in an earlier video and that took about 30 minutes, and Anyway, this is my little sister Hannah's pass, which is very similar to mine. However, it's got a few tricks up her sleeve with the Rayquaza and the Arcanines, which those Arcanines are very good. Super Trainer Soar, this is another boss pass I have, which has all flying type legendary Pokemon. It's actually a very decent pass, however, there is quite a few holes. But can those holes be hit? And we have Grudge, another boss pass. I put all most of my bosses in front. I don't know, that's the original way I had it on my old 98 laptop. So, Groudon, Kyogre, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, and Dark type Arceus. I'll just point that out there. This team is not one to mess with, however, it is beatable. This is a joke pass that I made. This is the original Gabby before Super Gabby. The Super Gabby is supposed to be an upgrade of this pass, because this pass is pretty much a joke with nicknames of all these Pokemon. The strongest one being the Chatot, unless this one knows Fissure, but this is pretty much just like one of those passes where you just throw in there just to see what the hell happens. Most likely you'll die, but maybe it'll win. This is Ash, otherwise known as Ash Munch, but I got rid of the Munch. Now he's just Ash. But anyway, This team is definitely one that has been in a couple of league battles and has made it all the way to certain ties and sudden deaths and is very strong. This pass even has beaten mine several times. That's how strong it is. Scarlet, who has previously been in the champion since the first 2 league battles we did. No idea why. This team is honestly one of my weaker passes, but it managed to pull off a win in Custom League Battle 1. It did. So there you have it with these. Next one is Mustard, which we've seen many times in my Custom League Battle series. And his team is a very balanced team, especially with the Garchomp and Moltres, his Blastoise and Lucario being also big threats as well. Overall, a very average pass with a few power shots. Professor Plum, another very average pass. He has won the Custom League Battle 3. However, it's not really because of his Pokemon. That was a randomizer where all Pokemon are mixed up between the 6 contestants. And his biggest threat is his Zapdos, which is on crack. Literally, I almost want to look at the stats, but I'm not going to do that. Just trust me, that Zapdos is on crack. Peacock, who has 3 legends on her team. However, I don't know why. It's not like her team sucks. She's just been having a terrible time lately in terms of luck. Especially since that battle with Super Gabby, which Suicune and Articuno both got horn drilled. And that didn't help at all. But overall, this is a very balanced team. I threw Roselli in there just for fun. I don't even know why, really. But even if she doesn't use it, she still sometimes have a hard time. However, I've seen wins. Next is Brock, who I have not shown in a league battle yet. It is supposed to be like a spoof of Brock from the anime, even though obviously he doesn't have the eyes. But you can't do that in this game. I gave him a Sudowoodo because he originally had one. He originally had an Onix as well, but that's pretty much all he originally had. Everything else is just Pokemon just randomly gave him. But his hero is one that you need to beware because its Giga Impact is literally like steroid level. It's pretty damn powerful. And he also has a Shedinja and Ninetales, which are pretty decent. Dawn, who has most of her Pokemon, such as Piplup, Baneri, Ambipom, and Mamoswine, the other 2 Luminian and Manaphy just being not hers, but I threw them in there anyway. Now, do not be fooled by this Piplup. It may look like a piece of crap, but I have seen it win battles. A perfect example would be in my negative battles in my Battle Revolution Mania playlist. That pissed me off so bad it made me want to throw my Wii out the window, but I had to stop because I could not afford another one at the time. So don't take these too lightly. Super Gabby, who has well, you've seen him with his freaking fishy with his horn drill that hits more than misses. Now, obviously, that's just pure freaking luck, maybe. But all of his other Pokemon are well balanced. His Grovyle actually being very decent. His Deoxys, not as good as you think, but Gallade makes up for that, and so does Few. And Mega Gabby's literally just a joke. Rosie, who has just been in Custom League Battle 4 with all of her pink Pokemon, including the shiny Moltres, and also the Mew and Slowking as well. This is a very average pass for obviously Moltres and Medicham being the 2 strongest, I have to say. Mew is not as strong as you think. However, it does have its advantages at times. Shining Star Sandy has not been in a tourney yet, but this is her lineup anyway. We have Marowak, Ursaring, Kangaskhan, Hitmonchan, Rhyperior, and Entei. Entei probably being one of the strongest, along with Rhyperior, if it can get the first hit in, or Ursaring probably in 3rd with this team. This is a team that actually does win a lot of battles when I put her in it, so that's something to consider. Ike, which is a spoof of my pass, except that because my real name is Mike, believe it or not, and this is supposed to be Ike, the opposite of me, who has all dragons of mine except shiny. Which are better? Well, that's for you to find out. I'm not telling. But these are very similar to mine, except they have slightly different stats and different moves as well. Hyper Trainer Crimson, who has also not been in Custom League Battle yet, has all red Pokemon, with a couple of exceptions. Obviously, Zangoose is more white than red, but has the red stripe, and Flareon more orange. But I was gonna give Shuckle to Crimson and Flareon to Ray, who has all orange Pokemon, but I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I just decided to switch him at the last minute or something. This Crawdon knows Guillotine, and this Scizor is pretty damn powerful. That's something to be considered about, and also Mag Mortar is pretty decent. Pachirisu Girl Missy is actually a pretty decent pass. However, there is one big flaw. Most of these Pokemon are slow, and therefore they do not get the first hit in, thus making a lot of losses for her. However, if she does get hits in, she's actually good. That's the thing. If she can actually get hits in, her pass is very good. But most of the time, a lot of the other teams are faster. Another thing to consider is Mightyena knowing Swagger on its teammates who have Person Berries, which upgrade attack stats without confusing them. That's something to consider. And the Skarmory is actually that's probably the fastest one on the team, minus Mightyena and Torpedo. Actually, Funny Guy Ray has been in a tourney as well. Not as good. Not as good as I'd hoped for in that tournament, but sometimes you can get good hits in. You got good wins. Raichu and Rotom probably being the two fastest. Shuckle is really just a joke, just because I literally copied every single move from freaking Survival Battles Shuckle, and which is the poison, which is Toxic and Protect and Double Team and Dig. Those are like literally that's probably the only moves you're gonna know, but it's literally just a joke. Camera Up is good once again if it can get the first hit in, but 9 times out of 10, or more like 19 times out of 20, it doesn't. Iris, not to be confused with the Dragon Trainer Iris from the anime. I made this pass well before Black and White even came out, so this is her Pokemon, which are very decent. Most of them are pretty damn fast. Another thing you have to be careful is Skuntank and Drifblim. Both know Explosion, and trust me, I've seen a lot of draws because of this. And if Iris can't win the league battle, she'll screw you over and make you lose. That's the thing. So, Cloyster and Nidoking are also very decent with their high-powered moves. And, of course, we got Mewtwo here. Mewtwo is very up and down. For some reason, Mewtwo can win a lot, and another time Mewtwo is on a loss streak. It's really just 50-50 with him. Zoot has been in the last Custom League battle with his blue Pokemon. And this is probably one of my more balanced teams. Of course, Armaldo and Lapras probably being the two strongest. Manectric is okay, not as well as I would hope. And this is Metagross, also known as 6.2, because this was my sister's Pokemon. She gave it to me. And the Suicune and Metagross are both very powerful, but somewhat slow. Like, obviously Metagross is the slowest, but Suicune ain't that fast either. Rosalina, which you would think would be a decent pass. However, there is one major flaw with her team. Most of them are either grass, or they're either weak against fire or they're weak against bugs. So if you have fire or bug types, you can wipe her clean, as seen in many different things. And ice types too. Ice types too can actually get a hold of her pretty well. Thus the reason why Zoot got a total victory over her in that other round. Nothing really else to say there. This is a team I thought was good, but I overlooked the big flaws of all the grasses. But mainly green Pokemon are grass. Except for Tyranitar and Omega, but whatever. Time Traveler Daisy, all yellow Pokemon. This is another 50-50 pass. This is one of those passes where you would think it would be decent, but sometimes it's not, but then you think that it would suck against another type, but then it's really good. You just don't know with Daisy. This Raikou is pretty strong, and so is Jirachi as well. And then all the others are pretty average, so this is literally like one of the average passes I have. Kowalski, which is, I am shocked Kowalski lost as bad as he did in Custom League Battle 4, because he kicks a lot of ass in all my other tourneys, but he just had a hard time. Absol is a good choice, along with the Japanese Lugia got in a trade, and Regigigas is very powerful as well. Dugong with Dugong's speeds, if Sheer Cold works, that pretty much is done, but it also has other ice and water moves as well, and Togekiss' attack is pretty decent. Dr. Daigle, slightly bad man. I wasn't gonna make this a boss pass, but I noticed he's been shitting the bed a lot lately, so that's why I de-ranked him out of the boss status. Probably the main reason, probably because is Viper and Weavile. The reason why I say Weavile is because it does not know Ice Punch. I could not get that at the time. Weavile doesn't know Ice Punch, and that's probably one of the biggest flaws. Darkrai and Rayquaza are good if, once again, if they get the first hidden, but most of the time they don't, or they get KO'd right away. And Charizard is not as good as you think. For whatever reason, I don't know what the nature is of this Charizard, but it did not grow up the way I hoped. But it's still decent. It's still a very average pass. Imashik is what I use for Little Battle. However, if you put her in a randomizer league battle where you mix all the Pokemon up, it would leave very, very interesting choices. And sometimes, and I mean sometimes, when it comes down to the level 5 up to upgrading to 50, you can still win. I've seen it. It's rare, but I've still seen it. So that's why I like doing randomizer battles with this pass, because anything can happen. Dr. Paul, who is in the last league battle, and did fairly decent. All of his Pokemon are shiny, which I don't know if you've seen Custom League Battle 4, but if you have, then you no more need an explanation. But a lot of these, I have to say, a lot of these Pokemon are just good. They're not like boss good, but they're good. But however, they still have their weaknesses. And I think they're good in attack, but not that good in defense for all of them. So that's the reason why I did not give him a status. Because in Custom League Battle 2, Dr. Paul, I think, came in 5th. It was 5th or 4th. It wasn't up there that high. But he did a lot better in Custom League Battle 4. Steven, otherwise known as Stargazer 1331, has his set of Pokemon, which is definitely considered a boss pass because of all legends. Probably one of the weaker boss passes I have, believe it or not. But definitely one pass you do not want to mess with just because of the attack power of all these Pokemon, including Celebi, is actually pretty high. MJ, otherwise known as Michael Jackson, honestly, I made this pass before he died, and I feel bad, but whatever, I just kept him in there. His pass is very decent. It's not quite boss level, but it's close. It's like half and half, so I don't know. But I have to say that this is a very, very good pass to watch. It's very fun to use. Logan, this is probably one of the most dastardly bastard of a pass ever invented. The only reason why I say that is because either his power is retardedly high, or he gets every lucky break in the freaking game. I swear to God. I don't know if it's this pass design that gives you luck, the way he's dressed, his name, I don't know why. But he gets too many critical hits and all this other crap. It is ridiculous. And because of this, I have yet to beat him with my Dragon Pass every time I battle him. And I am talking 30 consecutive losses. I'm not even kidding. Logan is just that good. He can be beaten. I've seen him lose. Not to me, but he has lost. It's just ridiculous, though, how good he is in terms of luck and strength. Devin is another one. He does not really need luck. He just got the skill. These Pokemon are not ones to screw with, especially his Ground Arceus. His Ground Arceus is just freaking mean. Heatran may be slow, but if his Quick Claw kicks in, you're fucked. That's all I have to say about that. And to make matters even worse, he's got a Darkrai to Dark Void your ass. Which, if you would like, maybe I could turn the double sleep setting off. That'd be good. It'd make it a hell of a lot easier. And lastly, the mega boss pass of all time. This is literally a joke pass. Arceus Fan Lady Cassidy with all 6 Arceuses. This is literally the pass I want to use when I'm just really fucking pissed off at the game and I just want to screw with them. But this is a pass that is beatable if you have like 10 hours on your hand and you want to repetitively try over and over again. But this is literally just one of those passes where, unless we have all bosses in there, it has to be a randomizer league battle. Because if you put her in there with regular passes like seen before, she's going to spank them harder than my mom spanks me. Did I seriously just say that? But Anyway, that is just the one pass you just do not want to screw with. Because every time I not only are these RCSs strong, but I gave them moves that literally would just piss you off. The fact that it knows it. For example, with this bug RCS, you think you want to use a fire type, right? Wrong, because it knows brine, and its brine is fucking overpowered. So that thing could kill you pretty much in one shot. So that's just a taste of Cassidy, but I hope I hope you guys enjoyed looking at these passes, and hopefully you guys can pick as many as you want, up to 6, I would think, or just tell me which ones are your favorites. It doesn't really necessarily have to be up to 6, but the more people pick passes, the more I have a chance I have of deciding which ones to put in the league battle. Or if you guys are sick of League Battle and you want me to do a different type of tournament with Battle Revolution passes, I do have a couple of other options. One of which being a classic 16-player tournament, as seen in Crystal Coliseum, where 16 players can all battle and just become the champ, and whoever wins all their battles wins. And that's it. It can be something standard like that, or if you really, really want to see me dish out my Battle Revolution I could do a 20 pass or actually no, it doesn't have to be 20. It could be 12, 16, or 20 pass survival tournament where passes are eliminated one by one until one person remains, and who battles is completely random. I guess I'll show you those the boards real quick. This is the standard league battle chart as seen before. Nothing really to get much too detailed, because those of you who have seen it, you guys already know what it is. Of course, this is just a preview of what I had in mind for a 16-player tournament. But obviously, the players start out down here, and they'll be randomly mixed up and thrown on here too, depending on which characters get chosen and which one is more favorited. And also, lastly, the one thing I have to point out is the 20-player Survival Tourney. Keep in mind that this is literally just like a draft. I can make it a hell of a lot better than this. But how it works is that up to 20 players are on the list. We'll just pretend it's 20. And via a 20-sided dice, or however many players there are, two passes will be randomly chosen to battle. The winner will stay in the survival. The loser will be eliminated. So one by one, the passes will be eliminated until only one remains. Now with this, it involves a lot of luck as well as skill, because you could go an entire survival without battling until the last minute, depending on how lucky you are. Now the only thing is I'm debating whether or not to have perfect points in it, where if somebody gets a total victory, it's like an extra life, but I haven't decided, because if I do that, the battle will go on a little bit longer than normal. I guess it would depend on how many players are in the tournament. But for example, I just rolled a 12, and then I rolled a 9, so that means these two would battle, and whoever loses, for example, number 9, that means they would lose, for example, and that means they would be out of the tournament. So just turn it below. Yeah, like for example, that means that pass is now out. Which, of course, instead of having it numbered like that, I would have pictures of all my passes, and I would just place them on like this, and then whichever one would be out, I would probably gray out or put an X over it just to symbolize that they're out. This is literally just a draft. So, but that is how the survival tourney tournament will work. It depending on how many players are in it. I'll probably do one of these in the future, regardless of who votes for it or not. But if you guys want to see something like this instead of a league battle, then let me know. But for now, just pick up to 6 characters that you want to see in it. Just make sure. I know a lot of you are probably going to pick Cassidy just because of the fact that, oh, she has Arceuses. I want to see them whoop the shit out of others. You know, then go for it. But I just will warn you. It'll just be pretty. I don't know if I would think it'd be disappointing just to see Cassidy whoop the crap out of everybody else. But if you want to put like Gabby and like Rosalina against Cassidy and just see them beat the shit out of them, then well, that's why I'm making it for you guys. This is the fifth custom league battle will be all about the viewer's choice. So, like I said, if you want, but once again, one last time, if you want something different, like a 16-player tournament, or it could be 8, whatever you guys want, or up to 20-player survival tournament, it's up to you. You guys tell me what you want. But for now, we're just choosing on who is going to be in the custom league battle 5. But however, keep in mind that I'm only going to do this special. You can't really see me as like that. No, that's better. I'm only going to do this special if we hit 200 teammates, 200 subscribers, in other words. So once we do actually hit, maybe if we hit 200 teammates, then I will get going on the custom league battle 5 / tournament, whatever you guys want. So vote as many times as you want for your favorites, and just why not? Because here at Team Latte Night Productions, we like to hear what you guys have to say about all of our videos and projects. So why not let you guys pick what we're going to do next? That's the reason why you subscribed, right? Actually, I don't know the reason. Maybe you just like the Lattes and Dragonite? Who knows? But anyway, either way, thank you for joining Team Latte Night Productions. And I apologize for the sketchy, like, dark. You can't even see my eyes. It's so freaking terrible. But once again, thank you for watching. And please vote as many times as you want, because it'd be kind of embarrassing to have nobody vote, right? So, thanks once again. And we'll see you next time once we hit 200 teammates.